Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm Shahjahan Zerin representing SuperMap in Bangladesh. I am warm-heartedly welcoming you all to this webinar on visualizing building information modeling through SuperMap, which has been co-arranged by SuperMap and Center for Infrastructure Research and Services, North-South University. Today, through the valuable speeches and presentation, I'm certain that there will be new doors to exploring GIS in much different and in advanced manner. Today's webinar is about eclectic spheres of building information modeling with the integration of SuperMap GIS. Hopefully, we will be able to see how BIM can be used and approached differently with SuperMap GIS technologies. SuperMap, as it holds the position of being the largest GIS manufacturing shares in Asia and third largest in the world, has decided to flourish its innovative market in Bangladesh, a land full of geo-intellectuals and a land where potentials can be found even in the remotest corner. SuperMap has been trying to provide the sustainable solutions to wide spectrums of space sectors. Now, in this webinar, our focus is on building information modeling. To jumpstart the event today, I would like to welcome Dr. Mohammad Shirajul Islam. He is the Director of Center for Infrastructure Research and Services, CIRS, in North-South University, and a Professor of Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, North-South University. He has been known in Bangladesh for his contributions in infrastructural research and GIS. We would really like to hear some remarks from him. Sir, can you hear us? The floor is all yours.
First of all, I would like to thank SuperMap for arranging this beautiful training session. Let me introduce a little bit about CIRS and North-South University. CIRS is a, let's start with video. That looks better. Yes. Okay. So CIRS means Center for Infrastructure Research and Services. Even though it closely works with the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering and Architecture, but it's a university-wide center. The main purpose of this center is to do research, consultancy, and testing services provided to the nation as well as for academic enrichment purposes. You can compare it very close to that of BRTC, Bureau of Research, Testing and Consultancy of BUET, which provides services to a large part of the country in terms of testing, consultancy, and many other services. So CIRS do the same, but CIRS is not only confined within these particular purposes. We used to conduct some serious research. We are interested because we established only 2 years back. We have collaboration with Monash Infrastructure of Australia, so that the growing concern over the urbanization, the issues related to green infrastructure and environment-friendly development, these issues are also the main discussion topic or research topic for CIRS in the upcoming days. Now about this particular training session on the top visualizing building information modeling through SuperMap GIS technologies. Well, the approach to me, and of course, I know there's popular GIS software in the market. I think I should mention one of them, that ArcGIS by ESRI. There are another group, and obviously different software has different advantages. For example, during my PhD study, I started to know, or I used ArcGIS. But during my study, when I'm working on a global scale modeling, where I have to put data on global grids mostly, and I use some different software, geospatial software like GMT, Geometric Mapping Tool, or GRADS, Grid Analysis and Display System. Those software has some special advantage on that particular purposes, because those can be, you can code it into the Fortran language or the C language, and then the output will display it in the at those software. So every software has its specific advantage. What I could understand by talking with Ms. Jerin and reviewing a bit, that this particular software is good for building system analysis, and especially for 3D views and urban planning purposes, also the purposes of geographic information system as well. So this particular session will be very useful and informative for my students as well as all the professionals, those who are joining today. I think they include students, engineers from both private and public sectors. This is a great opportunity to familiar with another new geospatial software, and I'm expecting it to be a vibrant and very effective session. So thank you so much once again, SuperMap, and I'm waiting for a very good session. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful speech. We hope that we could continue to be with you in our upcoming journeys in Bangladesh. So now let us all hear some remarks from Evelyn Sun, the General Manager of SuperMap Asia and Oceania Center.
Thank you, Zarin, and thank you, Dr. Islam, for your very good speech and also sharing about your personal story of using SuperMap. That's quite inspiring. So today I would like to welcome all the old friends and new friends to attend the SuperMap webinar for Bangladesh. And also our special appreciation goes to Dr. Islam and also your organization. So people always say things happen for a reason. So I think that all the participants joining the webinar today are here for a reason. It might be due to your curiosity because you know SuperMap, quite new software, and you want to know what it's like. Or you may be a old friend of SuperMap. You have been using the software for a period of time, and you want to explore the new features, the new technologies, and new solutions. Or you may be join us just by chance because you have your friends, your classmates, your colleagues joining us today. So for any of this reason, we welcome you. And the best thing is we already started a new journey with SuperMap GIS. So for all SuperMap team, we have a strong vision that we want to create a better world with the right GIS technologies. And of course, we cannot realize this without your support, without your collaboration. So today for the webinar and in the future for more webinars, we hope that we can collaborate with more colleagues in Bangladesh, with more organizations and the reputed universities like Dr. Islam's University. And we want to create a better future with all of you and by utilizing the SuperMap technology. So please feel free to connect with us now and later after this webinar, and hopefully that we can meet you again in our next event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evelyn, for your valuable words. So before starting the main presentation regarding building information modeling, I would like to introduce you all briefly to SuperMap as a company. So SuperMap was founded in 1997 under the support of China Academy of Sciences. The founder of SuperMap is Dr. Eshan Chong. SuperMap was listed in stock exchange market in 2009, and it became the only one GIS platform which got listed in stock exchange market all over the world. SuperMap follows the industry standard, and we have got a lot of certifications, including the OGC standard ISO quality certification. So this is the annual revenue of SuperMap from 2015 to 2018. We can see that the revenue grows steady, and the revenue of 2018 is around 2-3 times greater than that of 2015. So in the revenue, we invest 18% to the R&D. SuperMap has more than 4,000 employees all over the world, not only in China. We have 38 branches and offices in Indonesia, Korea, Malaysia, Philippines, and so on. Our international team has also expanded since 1997, and we have planned to expand our market in other parts of Asia now. Soon, we will be opening our local office in Bangladesh as well. We have built a partner ecosystem to help all our partners grow together with SuperMap. We already have achieved a lot of win and win situations among the partners. So far, we already have over 700 partners in the ecosystem, including Hitachi, IBM, Microsoft, and so on. We also have a big announcement, which is SuperMap is looking for partners, distributors, and resellers in Bangladesh. So if any of you are interested, feel free to contact us through our mail. So this is it for the company introduction. I'm not going to take much of your time as we all are waiting to hear more about our today's topic, which is building information modeling through SuperMap GIS technology. Now, I would like to give the floor to Jason Wan, the technical manager of SuperMap Asia and Oceania Center, to give us insight about SuperMap GIS technologies, facilitating the building information modeling through his presentation. So if you have any questions regarding the presentation, please feel free to ask in the Q&A section and in the chat box. Jason will answer your queries in the Q&A session. So Jason, the time is all yours.
All right. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is Jason, the technical manager of SuperMap International Asia and Oceania Center. And today I'm very glad to be here to share the new modes of smart city development, which is BIM+GIS. And my content will be divided into these 6 topics. The first one is the background, and the second one is the BIM+GIS roles in smart city, and the challenges we encountered when we deal with the problems, and the project information model, the city information modeling, and some cases we implemented related to BIM+GIS. So first is the background. There are some questions also be asked by our customer or by the government, which are like, I want to place the BIM models at the actual geographic location, or I want to analyze any conflict of pipeline assets. And of course, also I already have the BIM model of the pipelines. Or I want to understand the surroundings area of building. I want to build bridges and look at aspects related to that lines. I want to query and analyze the building for asset management, or I want to manage underground assets in my city. Some of the questions can be dealt with by the BIM model, but some of them, if we only use the BIM software, it's very hard to achieve. So that's why we need to implement the BIM+GIS. So the BIM+GIS roles in smart city is BIM can bring the geographic environment to the some of us are not very familiar with the BIM model. So first, what is BIM? The BIM is Building Information Modeling, and it is the definition by American Nation BIM Standards Association, and it is a digital expression of a construction project. And also it is a shared resource, provides a reliable basis for all decisions during the entire life cycle of the facility from construction to removal. And at different stage of the project, different roles insert, extract, update, and modify information in BIM to support and reflect their respective responsibilities in the collaborative work. So, and this is the history about the global development of BIM. In recent years, BIM has become very popular in the world. The United States first established their standards for BIM, and UK, Norway, Denmark, and other countries also actively involved in promoting the use of BIM. In 2014, China also made the comprehensive guidelines for the application of BIM technology. And until now, almost all of the countries in the world, they already start to consider to involve the BIM to their like building construction, facility construction. So the BIM plus GIS is very necessary, and GIS informs BIM and BIM fuels GIS. And also the values of BIM plus GIS is the cross-domain integration. BIM software mainly focuses on the design, plan, and construction stage of a building or a facility. And the GIS software can focus on the operation, maintenance, query analysis, data management stage of building. So GIS can bring BIM from macro to micro, and GIS can bring BIM from outside to inside. But there are some challenges in the integration BIM and GIS. There are three key drivers to BIM and GIS. Is inaccurate and outdated information, and the outdated data and the data sharing. These three are the main requirements during the integration. And the key benefits of BIM and GIS, they are the transform infrastructure lifecycle management, building site context with environment, and sensing site change, the designing and visualization the real world in 3D, and open and extensible systems. The first and most important advantage of BIM is what we have just mentioned. It serves in the entire life cycle of construction. In this way, we are able to have a clear understanding and overall control of the whole building process. This is usually a very complicated and long process. And also, many related parties will be involved in the construction project, generating all kinds of data. Therefore, from planning and design to construction, later to operation and maintenance, even until the demonstration of the whole building, BIM can be used to monitor and manage the entire complex process very efficiently. In the planning stage, BIM can help to reduce or even eliminate the uncertainty and unpredictability of the project. During the construction, BIM is quite useful in improving quality, controlling scaling, and cutting down costs. When the building of facility is finished, BIM will also play an important role in the management and maintenance for lighting various departments to share the data and information. In this way, the information transfer will be more accurate and efficient. Today, technologies has grown very fast in all industries. The construction industry is no exception. The scale and complex of construction projects are increasing day by day. BIM can simulate the construction process in advance. In addition, it can visualize in real time during the construction phase. It helps all the stakeholders to have a more efficient communication and coordination. It allows us to detect problems and resolve conflicts in early stage. Eventually, this will save engineering costs and shorten the construction period. The cost can be reduced by up to 20%. In the initial stage of construction, the management of BIM will increase the cost compared with the traditional CAD, the CAD. However, with the use of BIM in more depth, the advantages of BIM will be very obvious in the operation and maintenance management stage. So the next part is how can we use or how we integrated the BIM with GIS. So this topic is the project information modeling, or it's the same as BIM information modeling with GIS. From the, I will show you the content of this topic from these 4 aspects: the input and visualization, the planning, analysis, and simulation, and the last one is maintenance and management. So the first part is input and visualization data, like how we can use the BIM model in GIS platform. First, the SuperMap software mainly provide the GIS platform software, and we can involve the data format, and we can connect to the BIM software directly. So there I listed the most used BIM software, such as Autodesk Revit, like Bentley, CATIA, and also some formats of BIM model, such as the IFC and CTGML. So for this kind of software and model, SuperMap provides you the tools to import the model from BIM software to GIS software, and also convert the model format from BIM format to GIS format. And these are some cases. Like the first picture is the BIM model in Revit, and we can import it to SuperMap iDesktop, which is totally same. And from the Bentley, Bentley is very good at to design and visualize the big facilities, the big construction. And CATIA is very good at the road and bridge. We can also import it, the bridge model, import it to the GIS software, which is SuperMap iDesktop. And in the planning and design stage, how GIS and the BIM work with it. There are some problems, such as collaborative design, ground and underground planning, multiple planning conflicts, and scientific planning. So in this stage, the application of BIM and building is the online design. GIS can help the designer of BIM using BIM software to design the BIM model, and they can upload the model to the web browser directly. And then online, they can see the surrounding of this building directly. And the second one is parametric design and the 3D design. The model browse the internal room and scheme comparison. Here I will give you some example about it. So the first one is the 3D geographic design cloud platform. This is a real case we did in 2019, which is in Hong Kong. And the basic data is the oblique photogrammetry data, but some of the important building, the key building, we replace the oblique photogrammetry model with BIM model. And the designer, the urban planner, can compare the scheme on the application directly. They can upload different model of the building, of the planning building, and to do the comparison very easily. And also they can use some different methods to do the visualization, such as the street view, such as they can from some viewpoint to overlay with the picture to compare the differences of these two schemes. And for the planning approval, it's the same. The designer can upload their own building information model, and the urban planner can see the building directly from on the application online, and they can check the parameters, check whether this building is following our standards, and to do the planning approval. Of course, the parametric design is very easy. This one actually is not very related to BIM, but it is a very useful function in the smart city application or smart city project construction. That is, we can define some model it can be generated by BIM, or it can be generated by some other software, and we can draw one area for the planning, and just set some parameters and click the location to put the model to see the results of this design. And there are some rules we can also achieve by the integration of BIM and GIS, such as the setback. The setback is a building line, refers to the boundary line that controls the building along the street. Any building or structure adjacent to the street shall not exceed the rule line. So we can achieve it in the GIS environment, such as we can put the building here and set the red line to see which part of the building has exceeded the rule line. And the 3D design is also a very important and necessary function in the smart city inside of the GIS environment. We can get some analysis results, and such as the shadow analysis. We can put the model, put the new building in the environment, and get the shadow analysis to see how it will affect the surrounding sunlight. And also the flood analysis, we can see how high is the building, how tall is it, and which part will be affected when there is a flood. And there are some more cases in the smart city, such as the planning modeling, the decision support, and the design monitoring. And in the next stage, which is the analysis and simulation stage of the smart city construction, or the integration of BIM and GIS, we can see there are some functions such as the cross clipping. We can easily to see the inside of the building, and this building should be the model information modeling generated by the BIM software, and we can show it in the GIS environment and to use the cross clipping function to see the inside of the building, inside environment. And also we can do the query. We can query the objects of building by the spatial query or attribute query, because as we all know, the BIM model is very detailed. It is detailed to every object inside of the building, such as my table, my desk, even the light, even a cup on the table. They all have their own attributes. So after we import the BIM model to GIS, we can achieve the spatial query to get the attributes and information of every independent model. And some other 3D spatial relationship judgments, such as we can design, we can analyze the area conflicts, and to see which area will be affected. For example, if we want to build a hospital or a school in the center of the city, and we can, based on the GIS, to analyze what kind of area will be affected by this new design. And we can also achieve the GIS spatial 3D analysis based on the BIM software, such as the viewshed analysis, the shadow analysis, the extract skyline, and section map. And the analysis can be output by converting from GPU rendering result to the solid model. That is based on the module of BIM. We can do the visualization analysis or do the shadow analysis. And after we put the BIM in the GIS environment and do the analysis, we can export the result. And the result can be saved and also can be analyzed. The next one is the maintenance and sustainability of BIM and GIS. So the problems in this stage is the incomplete supervision ways. insufficient safety monitoring, weak early warning and emergency scheme, and the poor management of facilities. So the application or the solution on this stage of BIM+GIS is, first, we can have some video supervision, such as integrate with the CCTV system, and it can be the CCTV camera can be visualized in the BIM model, and we can easily see which area can be seen from the CCTV camera. And emergency management, asset management, equipment management, safety management, and indoor navigation, they all can be achieved in the BIM and GIS maintenance stage application. For example, this is the skyscraper maintenance management, such as the parts control, the visibility of the model, such as the pipeline, such as the wind system, and the doors. And also we can easily get the detailed information of every object. We can see who purchased this in the history, and we can link them to the document, to the detailed document of the information. And the parts query and position, this is based on the area to do the query and to achieve the management function of the based on the BIM model. Like we can set the different floor to query the pipeline system. And next is the viewpoint management. We can add a new viewpoint in the middle, in the model, and we can easily see which will be, and we can save them in the system. And next time we can easily zoom in to the system, and it will save the situation of the viewpoint when we set it. And the video supervision is connected to the CCTV camera. We can based on the viewsheet analysis to get which area can be monitored by this camera, and we can see the information and get the real-time video from the camera. And also the emergency management can be achieved. We can define some default emergency plan to deal with the emergency situations, such as there is a fire, then we can show which route can be used by escape. Also, the asset management, we can have the list of the equipment inside of the building, and based on the sensor to get the real-time status of every object. And the last one is the problem report. Every object has their own information. So besides of we can visualize the objects on the application or on the system, we can also go to on-site to scan the QR code and get the information, and we can use our mobile to submit the report to the system, and the system manager can update the information by real time. So that's all about the project information modeling. I showed you some stages of the BIM+GIS application solution. So, and next topic is the city information modeling. What is this? Is city information modeling. When we only have one BIM model in one GIS application, we call it as a project information modeling. But if all of the buildings, all of the facilities are made by the BIM model, or most of them are BIM model, then we can call this system as a CIM, which is City Information Modeling. The city information modeling related ideas are from the theoretical and empirical point of view. BIM plus internet has changed the construction industry. There is no suspense. At the same time, with the construction of smart city becoming the top priority of the government, a more grand technology concept, CIM, will begin to rise. From the experience of smart city construction in the past 20 years, the construction of smart city should start from digitizing the city or building a digital city first. Otherwise, a large number of smart city applications will not be launched and the application value will be limited. So there are some related concepts of city information modeling. I think I will just give you the brief explanation of those ideas. First is the urban basic database. We can do the digitizing of the city to construct the smart city step by step, and finally we can establish our own urban basic database. And the computable is from the city can be calculated in order to produce high value applications. That is based on the database, and we established we can achieve a lot of different applications based on the same database. So we can call it as a data middle platform. And the defining spatial data from cities and buildings, they can connect to the IoT, connect to different types of sensor, and we can get the real-time status of the city. And all data is associated with CIM. We can integrate the population data. We can integrate the environment data, such as the air pollution, and those kind of data. They all can be associated with the CIM application. And others are the visualization. Of course, we can do the visualization of the whole city, and the perceivable, which is the all Internet of Things data will with the city spatial association, the data visualization, fast association, and others. And also it's open. We can open the system to the citizens, and everyone can get the detailed idea about the city. The last part, I will show you some cases. What we did earlier about the BIM and GIS. This project is a Beijing sub-center. In this system, you can have real-time monitoring and supervision of the progress of construction and the environment. You also can have a video conference with the stakeholders. In addition, you can do the statistics of investment and labor service. This application is mainly used in the monitoring and construction stage of the building. Every stage when the real building has constructed, we can update the progress in the system, and the manager or the high level boss can have a clear idea about it. And next one is the project of Shanghai Center. It is the second tallest building in the world and the most tallest building in China. The implementation of the Shanghai Center project is extremely difficult because it was the first time that China built a skyscraper of more than 600 meters. The building has a total height of 632 meters and 121 floors above ground, with a construction area of about 570,000 square meters and 143 elevators. this kind of skyscraper has various requirements in the management stage. For example, all the facilities and equipment must function reliable. Any emergency must be noticed at the first time, and managing operation must be efficient and economical. With such demands, a super tall building like Shanghai Center will naturally come across various challenges during the management phase. And the total BIM data size of this Shanghai Center is 252 gigabytes, and the number of 3D models is reached to 3 million. So with this application, with this module, we built the maintenance, operation and maintenance system for the whole Shanghai Center and involved with the GIS surrounding environment. And there are some other BIM and CIM applications, such as we can achieve the functions such as equipment check, facility maintenance, park energy consumption analysis, and optimization, the security facility integration. And we can also achieve them as a BIM operation platform. The users or the administrators, they can do the maintenance management of super high-rise building very easily. And the major business of the BIM operation platform is like daily operation, the equipment operation, and others. For some visualization effect, such as the screen show, we can put the application in a big screen or a wall screen to show the whole information and the scene together in a very beautiful effect. And there are some other applications such as building overview, the key area display, the building management, weak power management, fire warning, and video management. Okay, thank you very much. This is the press, and you can reach us, or if you have any question, you are very welcome to contact with us. You can follow in over Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn, Facebook, and also you can send email to us directly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jason, so much for your wonderful and informative presentation. I'm certain that we all have gotten some idea about how SuperMap GIS technologies can be used for visualizing BIM. So it is time for the Q&A section. I have noticed that some of the questions in the Q&A box. So Jason, I would like to request you to have a look at the queries.
Okay. I saw that there are 9 questions. The first one is, are all the data like shape file, which is used in ArcGIS environment, can be used in SuperMap also? Yes, SuperMap as the GIS platform provider, we support almost all of the GIS data, such as the shape file, such as the satellite image data, like in TIF format, in ECW format, and also in the 3D GIS aspect, we support most of the 3D model format, such as the BIM format, IFC, such as the 3D Max format, or the CityGML or the GML. So I can say that your data format can be involved, can be used in SuperMap. And the second question is, where can I get tutorial for SuperMap GIS for free, and how is it better than ArcGIS? For the tutorial, I think first you can visit our website, which is www.supermap.com. And you can also get the tutorial from our YouTube channel. You can search SuperMap GIS directly. And also, we welcome you to contact with us directly, and we will send you our materials database, the links, the tutorial, the help documents, and all of the materials you can get is for free. And how is it better than ArcGIS? the most advantage of SuperMap, like I mentioned just now, it's also related to the BIM+GIS. SuperMap has started to research GIS technology from 2010 until now. We already have more than 10 years history to do the research in 3D GIS. So we have confidence to say that SuperMap 3D GIS is the best one all over the world. And next question is, in BIM and GIS combination, synonymous to convergence of 3D modeling with GIS modeling. When we import or export to the GIS model file, and in SuperMap we have our own model format, and we have our 3D spatial data engine. So it is very easy to manage all of the 3D model. And the BIM model also, they can be converted to the formats which are the same, which is the same with other type of 3D data, such as terrain, such as like pipeline, like point cloud, the oblique photogrammetry. All of those models can be converted to the same format, and they can work together, shoot together, and can be managed together in SuperMap GIS. And next is, does it only apply to smart city? No, of course. We mainly provide the GIS platform software, and the platform software can be used in many different industries. I just raise the smart city as a case for you to easier understand how we can use the BIM and GIS integration technology. And can we do a course on this system, like in BIM or CIM, like in BIM and CIM? For the detail, I think you are asking some more detail about our technology. As I mentioned just now, you can find the tutorial and others from our YouTube channel and our website. And we provide 3 months free license to everyone. So you are very welcome to try with SuperMap products. And you can contact with us, get the direct technical support. And next is, can SuperMap be used to handle disaster risk reduction management or hazard mapping for government agencies? Yes, we have some related solutions about the disaster risk reduction and the hazard mapping. But we only have limited time today. So I think you can contact with us, and we can communicate further about the solution in some other industry. And next, can CityGML data.gltf directly imported to SuperMap desktop application with single logic? Yes, it can be. And next is, can the SuperMap make models of precipitation level, like rainfall, and how and where the water will flow through the city to prevent it from flooding? Currently, we have the flooding analysis, which is we can simulate what area has flooding and which part will be flooded and which part is safe. But for the flooding direction, we need more research on it. And maybe we can communicate later further about, I will show you the detail about these functions. And next is CIM implementable in densely populated developing country. Yes, of course, the CIM is a new concept in the smart city construction. I think China is also a developing country, so all of the country, they have the needs to establish their own smart city application. of course, CIM will be very helpful and necessary for this kind of country. And actually, I'm attending my PhD, and I want to do my dissertation with the help of SuperMap GIS, how I can relate it to a natural resource and environmental management. I think this is the same. You can contact us together directly by email, and we can communicate further. And next is how we start with BIM and GIS. Like I mentioned, you can visit the YouTube channel or visit our website or contact us directly to get more information and materials about SuperMap GIS technologies. Okay, and I saw there are two more. I want to know the role of SuperMap GIS in environmental management. The SuperMap GIS is many provide the GIS platform software, and in the environmental management, we can provide the capability such as the spatial data management, and the spatial analysis related to GIS. So we can provide this kind of capability, and after the secondary development, you can get the final application to manage the environmental. And is it possible to show more examples of parametric design? We have a very detailed video about that project, which is built for Hong Kong. And please send us email, and we will reply you with a detailed video. Okay. I think that's all of the questions. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Jason, for your time. So if you guys have any more questions, you can always give us an email in Jason's email or in my email, which is jerinsupermap@gmail.com or jerin@supermap.com. We will try to answer all your questions. So before finishing, I would like to announce about SuperMap GIS contest in Bangladesh, which has been arranged by SuperMap this year. So there are 3 groups for the GIS contest, including the mapping group, the application analysis group, and the development group. This contest provides a chance for students to improve self-educated abilities, and excellent students may have job opportunities in the SuperMap company. During the contest, students can not only use the advanced GIS software platform for free, but also can get online technical support at any time. Moreover, top 10 students will be selected for the final competition. The winners can win prizes up to $500 with certificates of award, and go to Beijing to defend for 19th International SuperMap GIS contest for free. Besides, instructors and the universities who help organize students to take part in that contest may be awarded certificates. I hope every students who are attending today's webinar will register and take part in this competition. And to know more about the contest, please feel free to send us email at jerinsupermap@gmail.com or jerin@supermap.com. We appreciate your attendance. You are more than welcome to access SuperMap website to get more information about SuperMap. We can be found also in LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can check out our videos in YouTube too. So thank you all for attending today's event. We will send you the certificates within 7 working days, and SuperMap is going to provide 3 months for free trial license for those who attend, and you can also email us for the packages. So SuperMap will hold more webinar in the different topics in the future, and we hope to meet you soon in the next webinars. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy.